Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight UK, Season 9, Episode 8. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. Today's episode is all about the commitment ceremony, which I'm going to focus on for the most part. But before we get there, Miss Richelle, the MIA bride, has returned.
Listen, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I had a blip, I had a wobbly, I had a, as they say, pressure burst pipes, and my pipe burst.
How are you feeling like now?
I'm glad to see you. I had missed you. I'm really sorry. I feel really, really bad. I can't deny it, I do like you.
So Richelle says that whenever she is stressed out, she tends to run away. So how does this work in life? She's an entrepreneur. When you're stressed at work, do you just run away? No, you don't. Then she's going to say, well, I do like you. The man was saying the same thing on the honeymoon and you had a cow about it. I'm so confused. It's not even like he was saying, oh, I love you, I'm falling in love with you, whatever. But he was also saying he was catching feelings. Now you're saying you like him after however many days I'm not even being around him. Like, Richelle, your story's not making sense, sis, but all right, he's happy that she's back. Let's go to the commitment ceremony. Kieran and Christina are first. Everything is great between them. They have had sex, but Christina says she has a tendency to overthink and take things personally, so she doesn't want to do that in this process. The experts encourage her to catch herself while it's happening and just let them know, hey, I'm going down a spiral, like, help me out or something like that. So they said that they're going to work on that in the coming week. They both decide to stay. Next is Adam and Polly. He says that she's attractive, but the type thing is really important to him, obviously. And because she's not his type, he's just not feeling it.
It's hard because I'm like, why are you not doing what you should be doing if you're saying all of this stuff?
I really fancy him, like, I can't say that to her.
Why can't you do that? What you are actually doing is pushing yourself away from her. You could understand that you are in an unnatural experiment. Why not go all in? And you're labeling it as this type thing.
Adam is like, oh, I mean, I feel bad for her because, she's so into me. Who do you think you are? Like, who do you think you are? He thinks he's him. Like, you're not him. Oh my goodness. I'm like, why would you say that? Almost like you're pitying her. God forbid. But then the experts are like, you don't know what you're missing out on. She's a great woman. You're not giving it a chance or whatever. With the whole you don't know what you're missing out on thing, I personally don't believe you can miss out on something that you don't desire or that you wouldn't enjoy. So somebody could say, oh, we're doing mushrooms, you're missing out. No, no, I don't think I am. So yeah, with the attraction thing, I mean, it's been kind of frustrating on Polly's end and it's been frustrating to watch as well. However, if attraction is that big of a deal to somebody and they're not feeling it, what can they do? I honestly feel like at this point, the relationship is a waste of time. I expected him to write leave, but he wrote stay and she wrote stay. So they're both staying. I don't know what will change in the next few days, but we'll see. The next couple is Sasha and Ross. Sasha says that celibacy is an important thing to her. And after explaining what she means by celibacy, Paul tells her, hey, so you're actually abstinent. And I was wondering that because isn't abstinence refraining from sex until marriage, whereas celibacy is like a lifetime vow? But I was like, you know what? Everybody says celibacy these days, so maybe I'm tripping. So yeah, she's just like, I've been abstinent. However, he's been making me feel very comfortable, very safe, which is great. Even Ross says that Sasha has kind of shifted the way that she communicates. So let's say there's a big word or whatever, she'll use synonyms or something so that he can grasp the message that she's trying to convey. Like, it's a really good pairing between these two. It looks very, very nice. Again, if the abstinence thing is going to be such a big thing, I just feel like take sex off the table. Like, Ross will be fine. He'll be fine. Eve and Charlie are still not on the same page regarding the pace they want to go, how they want to communicate, how they want to resolve conflict. But they do say that things are better now than they were at the honeymoon.
When do you believe the first issue was apparent? Eve, did you say she was mean or? Okay, so it came across. So describe what it was.
I just don't want to be. I just feel like I want to disappear when like that's happening.
Did you two ever come back and resolve that? And then you hit eject.
Yeah.
Because it's too much. That is well-intentioned, but that is bad advice to follow.
Everything the experts said is everything that I agree with, and things that I've been saying this whole time. Like when it comes to Charlie, she's definitely projecting her feelings of abandonment. Like we do know her father passed away, like past relationships didn't treat her the way that she wanted. That one time she flew in for somebody and then they deaded things off right there and then. She is so scared of that she's latching onto Eve so tightly that she's feeling suffocated. And I can't blame Eve on that front. Where I can blame Eve is her thinking that her conflict avoidance is going to just mend the situation. You being avoidant of conflict is just going to postpone the conflict. It doesn't fix anything. So the experts are like, you're going to have to sit down and actually have these conversations. Even Charlie, when she's talking about her abandonment issues, like the fact that her dad passed and stuff, Eve is there like, well, I didn't know that. How would you know? You're never here. Like, how would you know this stuff? Now, I will say I don't think Charlie allowed for the space for those conversations to happen because she seems to be kind of on 10, according to Eve. But yeah, y'all actually need to sit down and talk. Anyways, they both decide to stay. I don't know why they should break up, but let's move on. Nathan and Lacy are next. They say that the honeymoon was great. However, the reason why she was really struggling with getting a read on Nathan was because he uses a limited vocabulary. Not that he has a limited vocabulary, but he just doesn't say much. He says that because he has ADHD and he is a person who values actions over words, it's hard for him to focus, number one, and he's focusing, he can't really say a lot of things. Like he would rather just show you how he feels than say how he feels. I don't know how that works in a relationship, honestly. Especially in a new relationship. If you've been with somebody for a long time and they just know you, then fine. You could be a man of few words, but you're a stranger. How does she know that you're into her? How does she know? Like the actions are great, but words to go with the actions, they're nice too, you know? But anyways, they say that things are getting better and better by the day, so they both decide to stay. Next is Richelle and Orson. They say that the honeymoon was great until he started to express these strong feelings for Richelle.
He's a lot more comfortable talking openly about his feelings, and I'm a little bit more reserved. I always kind of just want to dig deeper, like, why, you know?
It feels like too much too soon.
A bit. It's definitely taken me a while to sort of process my thoughts because there's a lot.
You must let go of all control. And I wonder if that's something that's been tough for you, Richelle. You're very independent, but also you need to make sure that you're doing that in such a way that you're not making Orson feel rejected.
I still don't believe that Rochelle's hesitance has to do with the fact that Orson was just too expressive in his emotions. He was just doing too much. I don't believe that. A part of me honestly believes that she categorized him as a simp, or she genuinely believes that he's a fraud, and so she doesn't want to really give herself into this process. I think she was like, ooh, he's a little bit too emo for me. He might be a simp. He might not be as masculine as I want him to be. I don't want to do this anymore. So the experts collect her. They get her together, and they're like, you can't just up and leave whenever you feel like you want to up and leave, because you say you like this man, you say you want this relationship to work, but the relationship is in this experiment. The relationship is curated in this bubble. Therefore, you have to stay here to make the relationship work. So she agrees that she's not just going to run away when things get tough, and they both decided to stay. Emma and Casper are next, and with them, attraction is also an issue similar to, what's their names now? What's their names? Lord, there's so many people. Oh, Holly and Adam. Yes, similar to them, attraction is a thing mainly because of the physique. So at this point, these two aren't even friends.
You're looking at your new wife and your twin sister and you're going, they're very, very similar.
Well, it sounds like that was one of the biggest challenges for you, to bypass that.
It's one of the challenges, yeah.
I'm hardly like an ogre, right? I'm like a normal...
Hadn't found her sexy. I had seen some of the mannerisms with my sister as well.
See how hurtful it might be to say, I'm not into curvy girls. Can you hear how that could land?
I don't understand how the process got me to Emma.
When the physical attraction is low, you begin to look for all of the reasons how we got together. Because if the physical attraction is high, you look for all of the reasons why you are matched.
I'm going to put in my application to be a matchmaker because did I not say the attraction is going to be the ultimate thing that Casper is not going to work through. But because he's been told multiple times, he's been told by the experts, he's been told by his wife, he's been told by his sister that, hey, you know, the attraction thing is hard to hear. Maybe don't say it in that way, which kind of feels like don't say it at all. He's going to find other reasons to justify this lack of attraction. And Paul said exactly that. You're going to use the fact that she's similar to your sister as an excuse. You're going to use the personality differences as an excuse when the real answer is, I don't like her. Like, you don't like her. You don't like her. So why they're staying here, I also don't understand. I think the attraction thing is a big enough reason to end it, only because it's not a matter of, you know what, they're not my type, but I could work with it. No, it's like, I don't even like big girls. Well, that can't change overnight. So end it. I think that they should end it. He questions the experts' decision and says that they are messing with his life. The experts say that in all the time that they've been doing this whole matchmaking thing, people don't find issues with their partner unless it's an attraction issue. So unless he wants to accept that, he's going to have to put that aside and work through why they are put together, because on paper, they actually are very compatible. They complement each other. They can balance each other out. Where one has a deficit, the other has it in excess. So unless you want to say, I think she's a tree monster and I don't want to be here, work it out. So they both stay. Then lastly, we have Alex and what's that lady's name? You know her name. And it's not looking good.
Where's your wedding ring?
I don't know. In my bag, I think.
Because you're disrespectful and you're very childish.
I'm not.
And I have got 2 children. I am not about to have 3.
If this was not this process, trust me, you would have been ghosted.
Oh.
Because I'm just saying, if I don't like what I'm seeing, I'm not gonna make time for it.
What you just said is ridiculously immature.
He's the first guy to compliment me. Make me feel good. And that's why I hate the situation I'm in. I break easy, and that's just because I have a lot of love to give, but I'm scared to give it to the wrong person again.
I will say that Alex does respond to things in an immature way. Absolutely, he does. But when it comes to how he has shown up and how his partner has shown up, I think she is a little bit more problematic than he is based on what we've seen. Now, I know some of you guys have been messaging me and commenting in the comments that there's these allegations going around about Alex. I haven't seen them purposefully because I'm trying to not, cloud my opinion of him based on what's going on the outside. Basically, you guys are seeing like who he is on the show, like the way that he seemingly treats women is pretty true to who he is in real life. And apparently he's like dealing with some legal issues regarding that. I don't know. I haven't read the articles. What I will say is that although he responds in an immature way, it's actually his wife that has a lot of problems. She says that she's easily breakable. She's very fragile. A lot of her toxic traits are showing up in this relationship. She's scared because she's a mom and all this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, whether you're in the process or not, whether you're with Alex or not, those are things that you're going to have to resolve for yourself because the next person is going to deal with that. And if that's unresolved, even the next person is going to have to deal with that. So you gotta find a way to heal through some of this stuff. Like their conflict resolution is it's not the worst of the bunch, but they are prone to get loud. They're prone to want to argue. One of them wants to be right all the time, and it's a mess. It's a mess. He says he wants to leave, and when she says she wants to stay, he's like in distress. He's actually in distress to the point where she's like, okay, well, if you want to go, like, we can go. But he eventually says, you know what, we'll stay. So they have to stay for at least 1 more week in the process. I think that they should just break up. I don't think the issues that they have I don't think they're going to go anywhere. I think it's only going to become more and more toxic in this relationship. Like, yes, the experts are saying you don't even have the worst issues in the group, but their issues can be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way that they're at each other's necks so much, it could turn, if you catch my drift. Whereas the other couples where attraction is an issue, at least it's just attraction. Like, I actually think their issues are worse. How they fight, how they argue, it's not good. But yeah, we'll see what happens with them. The preview did play, but I wasn't really paying attention because I was doing my hair. So we'll see what happens next week. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.